That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever experienced.
Oh, man.
I showed up late because I was at my house.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed, but you know what's not embarrassing? This is What You Think, America's only Midwest paranormal podcast where we get drunk and you can get drunk too.
It is recording time.
It is recording.
Just had to check.
I was like, wait, can I keep going? Yes. Saki!
I'm Tyler.
Yes, mother.
Brought with you. No, I'm just joined by.
I'm Tyler. Brought with you.
I'm joined by the sake drinking Isaac Sagefaus.
Hurricane.
Oh God, we can't use that take, but we will anyway. We also got Senor Jason Smith
Sake it to me.
and also Senor Josh Quinn, I guess.
They make me pour all the sake.
That's because you're the youngest one, some bitch. Today, Isaac's screaming. I'm eating some pretzels. We're here with
That's good,
Senor
Josh.
Jason Smith, who
Well,
cannot this whole episode.
I'm going to try my hardest.
What'd you say? I know what you said, but
You know what I said.
Yeah.
We're going to play a little drinking game with you guys. Every time Jason says, you must take a sip of beer.
Tyler, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
And
I
every
can't
time-
be doing that.
Jason says, Jason has to take a shot of Corbel.
Oh, God. We don't want to kill the bull. No.
No,
So-
he's got a butt chug one.
I'm just saying, sometimes you just,
Jason.
you say it because it's in the sentence and everything.
Pull
That's
your,
true.
No,
Jason,
we're not counting those ones.
Yeah.
pull your pants down, Jason.
How I use them as ums.
I'm
That's
gonna,
true.
I'm gonna give you some drinks so you wrecked them now, fella.
We're boofing Pecatonica beer. We're boofing hams. We're boofing delirium. We're boofing some Clancy's
Dude.
pretzel slims. What's up, buddy?
Can we have a story about the name of this brewery?
We went to that brewery.
Do you know what these
Wait,
words
what
mean?
brewery did you go to?
We went to delirium and Pecatonica
Do you know what
brewery.
delirium and tremens are both side effects of drinking too much?
Yeah.
Wait,
They're
what?
alcoholism.
Yeah, and this brewery's just named that.
That's why it's a pink elephant.
That's
But
why
we're
they're
not
pink
talking about
elephant.
pink elephants today. Jason, what are we not talking about? We're not talking about likes, but what are we talking about?
So, how many of you guys here around the table have heard about the Kinross Incident?
I don't know what
No,
that is. Please
I have no
explain.
idea what you're
No
talking
idea.
about.
I would like you to take your pants off.
I'm at such a loss. I don't even know how to respond to that question.
So, the pants are staying on for this episode.
Ah!
No! More sake! Less pants!
So, I guess quick little sake break.
Yeah,
Sake break.
I don't have any. Give me some.
Cheers!
I took
Tyler, come on.
Pour him some sake!
I'll do delirium.
Right there!
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sake's
sake
strange.
break. That's kind of nice. Anyway,
Isaac, stop it. I'm going to get in trouble.
that sour stuff is just killing him.
We also have some Warhead sour spray here.
Take that away!
All right.
It's like me with a knife. Take that away from him.
So, we're going to take you on an adventure to some place that's just north of the bridge and a little south of heaven, up in the UP.
Oh, we're back in Michigan.
We are back in Michigan, not Minnesota, not Wisconsin,
Not Iowa.
not Iowa.
Thank
either.
God.
Dude, the Van Meter monster would like to say something to you about that.
What would you like to say? Can I have a Cheez-It, Josh?
Dude, you're saying
He can talk
Iowa
to me?
derogatory, Ivly.
Carry on, Jason. I'm intrigued. I have
right.
no idea what you're talking about.
All right, so just a little bit southwest of Sault Ste. Marie, so right on the border of Michigan and Canada, like they have the Sioux Locks there, and on either side is Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and Michigan. So it's one of the oldest.
That's a drink.
Yeah, I know.
Wait. So this is upper
This no
Yeah,
good,
this is
okay.
low
up in the
down.
Upper Michigan touches Canada?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't directly.
No.
touch. There is the St. Mary's River in between.
That's what I thought. I'm a geologist.
Sure, Isaac.
But they
Is that a
have the
Panera
Sioux
Bread ad?
Locks that they put in between just so they could have shipping go in between.
Boats. You did one about a boat before,
I-
didn't you?
Yeah, it was an iron
Clad.
Iron boat.
iron boat that hauled iron.
Very good story, Jason. Carry on.
Lake freighters and
I like your hams. You're doing great.
hams is good. Okay. So
Oh!
Sioux Locks, really important. We're going to take you to about the 1950s here. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I already drank. It don't matter.
Okay, Sioux Locks was really important for getting iron ore and everything. Now that you've said that,
I'm gonna be drunk again.
This is horrible.
We gotta learn
during
this
World War II, Sulaks were considered a vital part to the war efforts. 90% of the iron ore that was like headed to the steel factories went through those locks.
You talk about World War II?
Pretty much. Like the whole arsenal of democracy, all that sorts of stuff. Like all of that iron had to go to the steel factories. Most of it came from like the Upper Peninsula, Minnesota.
I also
Northern
just almost
Wisconsin.
drank my microphone.
And anything that came from Lake Superior had to go through those Sulaks. So that was like a very huge, critical, super important. We had to.
It's like the Panama Canal of
Seriously,
the.
have you been to
Michigan.
the Sulaks?
Oh, they're awesome. It's an
I feel like
I do
those
like
are-
locks. They're
so
They're intimidating, right?
it's
They're
so
spooky.
cool. Like plus they have like the huge iron freighters going through.
it seems like such a high stress job.
They just
Did
seem
they
like
ever
too,
have to
right?
make them bigger?
for
like
me,
did
they
the
just
Panama
always
Canal?
seemed like a horrible way to
So-
die.
They have made bigger locks through there. So like there's like the original couple ones, but then they have some expanded ones as they started getting those 1,000-foot freighters and everything to go through there.
True story. I had to help at a lock at Shakespeare's house. Isaac has a picture of that.
Strap on upon Avon, Tyler screwed the screw. Isaac was like this. Go, Tyler.
Yeah, he just watched me while I was like moving this lock for this boat at Shakespeare's house.
So basically, very early World War II, they determined that, this is really important to the war effort. We need something here to kind of
Protect it.
protect it a little bit. And not only could they have something protected there,
A Terminator.
it wasn't a Terminator. They decided to put up an Air Force base there
Close to it.
because not only could it
They might have
help
their own
protect
Terminator.
the locks, it could also serve as like a refueling point for things that were going like out to Alaska.
So this is in, World War II. It almost kind of preps us for the Cold War.
Exactly.
As
what
well,
this is going
right?
Into like right as World War II ended, it kind of turned into a civilian airport for a little bit. But right as the Korean War kicked back off, it went full blown back into the Air Force. And
Was Canada backing up the French in Korea, or not the French in Korea?
What?
The French is Vietnam.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. We're only worrying about Korea right now.
Okay, never
But
mind.
even like
I don't care about the Canadians.
Yeah,
we love
don't
our
like
Canadian
them.
listeners.
We don't
So-
like them.
basically they put in like 5,000-foot runways, a bunch of support buildings, everything like that. And around 1943, that's about when it like was fully in service, and it remained in service like with the Air Force to about like 1977. Otherwise, like I said, once like Korea came on, the Air Force took it back, and they kind of determined that it was like a vital air defense command base. They had like an alert status like on the base. So basically they had pairs of interceptors that could go to if there was like anything needed to go on. They had a couple like interceptors on standby where they could go at 5-minute intervals, and then another pair that could go on like 15. So like if they saw something, 2 of them could go out, intercept immediately within 5 minutes, and then there'd be a pair of them like within 15 minutes behind. So
Is this one of the places, I know this is recent, but did they scramble jets there when the Chinese air balloons flew over the U.S. a couple of years ago?
So they didn't now, because now it's just like a municipal like airport at the end of like the Cold War, like after, or I guess it wasn't even the Cold War, but after like 1977, it was deemed to be like not really that important because they had other bases in the area like K.I. Sawyer in Marquette.
Okay.
They had like Worth Smith down in Oscoda. Like there were a couple others. This one was just like too redundant.
Rary.
But basically, like there were a ton of like radar stations like set up all over like Lake Superior, and if they saw anything, these would scramble the jets to go get them. So that's enough of a backstory. So we're gonna go into like November of like 1953.
Josh is dying over
Yeah, I don't know what's he doing.
He's like snorting like a pig over there. We gave him a little sour spray and it hit him right in the back of the
I
throat.
thought you guys were like telling a joke.
No.
It went in my nose.
I did a sour spray into my sake, just as the Japanese do.
Is it good?
No, don't ask that.
It's not
Carry on.
bad.
Okay.
It's terrible. Don't do it. See, that means it's bad.
I'm alive again.
All
Okay.
right. So,
Sorry,
November
Justin.
23rd, 1953. It was a pretty typical day. Weather was a bit chilly and overcast, some snow coming in. things along those lines. But when the night rolled around at 6:17 p.m., radar operators detected an unidentified object like moving over Lake Superior inside restricted airspace over the locks.
How fast? I know you'll probably get to that, but
Well, so with it being the 50s, radar was not really that good. And the best that they could say based off interviews was that it was basically going a bit faster than what you would expect out of a typical jet airliner.
and jets were new at that point.
They were pretty new at that point. So even like the F-89 Scorpions that they had were like very new as far as like jet style interceptors and everything. So once it ended up, like they saw like the blips on the radar about the unknown going in, they pinged it to see if they could get like the IFF transponders. So like identify friend or foe. Nothing really came back. So then they scrambled the jets. So the one that went out was an interceptor crewed by First Lieutenant Felix Moncla Jr. and Second Lieutenant Robert Wilson, who was the radar operator. With the kind of like not great radar technology of the time, and they actually had like a lot of trouble like tracking
finding it in the sky.
Well, even just on radar. So they ended up having to go lower to try to like get visual, and they were getting a lot of
Sorry, Josh is pooping his pants right now. Jesus Christ.
They were getting a lot of their directions from the different like radar stations that were like on the shore of Lake Superior.
So they saw this on radar. I'm sure you'll get into this, but were there any eyewitness accounts?
So there was one that they kind of deemed to be a little bit like too shoddy because like times didn't really line up with when they were there, but it was on the Canadian side.
Doesn't count.
The north side of the lake. They said they saw like some like really like low moving jets, but like I said, it was more the times and dates didn't really like match up with like when the incident happened. So the pilot had a difficult time tracking it. So like I said, ground radar operators were giving directions and bearings. So like as they were going along, it's like, hey, adjust to this altitude, this angle, everything like that. So he eventually closed in on the object at about like 8,000 feet of altitude. Ground control traced like the interceptor to the unidentified, and like they were watching him come in the whole time as blips. Once it hit about like 6:55 p.m., the blips grew closer, closer, closer until they merged as one. At that point, they were...
Jason was making the scissoring logo when he was doing that.
Well, because they were getting closer. So the whole time they were radioing in, like the whole time, just as far as like directions and how close and what bearings to go. And once like the blip started getting close, they're like, hey, at this point, it should be coming in on like visuals, like please respond. And then nothing. It got to a point where like the IFF transponder, like on the interceptor, actually...
Is that not the International Revenue Service?
That's the IRS.
That's internal and not... So the IFF is... What did I say before? Like identify friend or foe. So
Isn't that the squawker? Right?
More or less. Like it's like once it's pinged, it says like, hey, I'm friendly. But like
we watch Age of Disclosure. We're filming this or recording this in December.
Don't give too much away, Ty.
I know, but we watch Age of Disclosure. Did you guys know that they don't just use regular radar anymore to find airplanes or anything in the sky? They only use squawks.
Yeah, they only use the transponder.
They don't actually use radar to track things flying in the sky anymore.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
Terrifying.
I wish I was.
So like if you just turn off like your squawk, it's...
Yeah.
You can't find it.
Bless you, Isaac.
So basically they assumed that either he was given like the distance it was because it was a lot closer to the Canadian side and they were just using like the radar signatures off of the...
Was it the Canadians that saw it or the Americans?
The Americans.
Oh, well, that's...
Did the Canadians have a base close to that?
I don't know if they have a base, but we'll get into something later with the official...
Do they have any sort of technology?
Dudley do right.
Well, they have the technology where they could put saddles on moose.
The last thing I seen from them was Strange Brew, and I appreciated it.
That was a good movie.
I showed that to Jason, and he loved it. You'd never seen it before.
Jesus Christ.
That was really cool, actually.
I don't know if that'll come through.
So basically, either with the distance it was far away and like going off the curvature of the earth, they're like, okay, it's either like they're right on top of each other or something happened where our jet disappeared, or they had like collided, because like they were like, if that happened, then both blips would have disappeared, but one of them just kind of continued on its course.
But why would it
was
go that
right.
fast if two things collided? Right?
It's just very weird. So after that, they continued to try to like contact them and be like, hey, like, advise, are you alive? What's going on? Nothing. So then they scrambled another jet to just comb the area. They couldn't find anything. And given like the weather conditions and looking over, they still searched for like the next couple days just for even like wreckage. Couldn't find anything.
Just completely gone.
Yep.
That's
Just
messed
the
up.
jet just vanished.
I don't like that. I don't like
So-
that.
And it was like the Air Force and like the Royal Canadian Air Force on the other side were both like out there.
Wait,
like,
doesn't the Royal Canadian Air Force just ride horses still?
No, they fly. They
That's what they
ride
do, right.
flying moose.
I thought they flied Canadian geese.
Oh, that makes
Oh, that'd be cool.
that's one big goose.
Yeah, like the Mounties are on moose, and then like the Air Force are out on their geese.
He eats peas with a knife.
He does eat peas with a knife, but so does Homer Simpson.
So the other thing that's kind
And
of
then he got
like,
promoted.
weird is about maybe 40 minutes or so, like after the fact, when the radar signature disappeared, one of the jets that was like going all over was like somebody from the base too, and could have sworn that he heard something on a short range radio transmission from the jet that disappeared in the voice of the pilot and everything. And he's like, it only lasted about 5 seconds. And then all of a sudden, like mid sentence, it just cut off. So he wasn't really sure what it was going to say. They kept trying to ping him, and it just, nothing went unanswered. So even like they gave up like the search after a while, because once it's in Superior for so long.
So that guy's
like,
still gone.
Oh, yeah. And they have no idea what happened to either one of them or the jet.
He probably just lives in Canada now.
About like 10 years
Why?
later.
You're
like,
right.
in
I'm sorry. That was really stupid.
1968, there was some like miscellaneous like metal debris that washed up on the Ontario
So
side.
I feel like, oh, no, I'll say that at the end.
He said, oh.
But
Everybody,
it was
finish
like
your
turned
trade.
over to like the Canadian government and like the US. They both looked at it and was like, it was too heavy of a metal to be consistent with what was there. Plus, it was like the paint primer and the color of it. Nothing about it made sense. Like it wasn't like
it was just
what,
a random piece of metal.
yeah. And they're like, this is not consistent with what would have been like a stabilizer, a tail wing, or anything for that like ship and everything. Bunch of people have like looked into it since then, and they found that this was actually expunged from like the Project Blue Book records. So,
Oh!
Really?
We will be
Really?
tying into Project Blue Book soon.
so
And many a time.
We gotta just do like a whole episode or a series on that.
a whole week.
it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like once I said Project Blue Book, like all three of them activated like sleeper agents.
I thought he said Project Blue
succeeded.
Balls.
But
I
yeah,
got
no
those two.
records were like even found of it on that. So some of the official like statements that came out were way after the fact, like, oh, well, the pilot had like a known like issues with vertigo and stuff like that. But you would think at that point he wouldn't really be like flying if he had known issues like that.
Yeah, they wouldn't let someone like that fly.
But also,
Yeah, it's like, I'm not good with judging distances from the ground. Why would
Jim, get in that plane.
they get in the plane?
But also, there were issues with that model of plane, because I think it was maybe a month or two later, there was actually one of them that flew out of Truax here in Madison.
That's where
that
I live.
crashed into Wingra
Wait
Yeah.
with
fucking port.
Otis Redding?
So did Otis
wasn't
Redding.
him, though.
Oh,
But-
man.
But yeah, so there's been
Or
a
sorry,
lot
Otis
of,
Redding is in Monona. We would like to put out the fact check on that. He is not in Wingra.
Jason's the fact checker. You let him decide.
Sometimes-
You let him decide.
Sometime in the early 2000s, there was like a hoax. It was proven as a hoax about some dive company that was looking in and found the wreckage on sonar, but they reviewed everything and it was all fake. So like the wreckage still has not been found.
Let's go there. I'm rich.
But so Project Blue Book said there was some sort of wreck.
The records were removed from it.
That's messed
Oh.
up, yo.
And what ended
Yo.
up coming on the very, very back end of things, like way after the fact, they're like, oh, there was a Canadian fighter that was, or some Canadian plane that was just, 30 miles off route of its like scheduled flight plan. So that's why it looked that way. But also it didn't ping off of like the friend or foe thing or
Right.
anything along those.
It would squawk back if it
Exactly.
would.
So they just kind of pinned it on that,
And if they didn't ping it, they would have shot it down.
and that's kind of why.
And that would have caused some international issues, I imagine.
Yeah.
But then why did ours go down? And the
So
other
it's-
plane just kind of.
Is this the end?
And I refuse to believe that one Canadian jet that was lost shot down 2 American jets.
Is it a cover up?
And then
Yeah, no, the
nobody came.
Canadians did
And
not.
then nobody came back.
Yeah, this is...
This is the real world, Josh.
All right, we're going to go around. I don't know if you have much more to this, Jason, but
Hey.
I think it's time for us to think what we think. This is the What We Think song. Isaac's dancing along. This is the What We Think song.
And he's dancing all along.
Maybe we stole that from something else. This is the one and only time we're doing the What Do You Think song.
Yeah, let's not do that ever again. My shoulders hurt from dancing.
If you see Isaac in public, you can sing that song,
Yeah.
and he has to dance
He has
for
to
you.
dance like a little monkey
It's
for
a pretty
you.
simple dance.
He'll tell you what he thinks, too.
Give me a beer and I'll do it for you.
He'll do just about anything for a beer or $20.
Seriously.
I'll start with you, Isaac.
$20
What do you think
can
of
be
this?
exchanged for many beers.
I think it's either a government cover up or I think it's one of them weird things how we talked about in previous podcasts where the split in timelines.
Ooh,
Like the timelines.
Paral- parallel universe bleed over.
Yes.
Yes.
So maybe they bleeped over to the wrong one and it's just gone, or
Oh.
either way, the government
didn't
knows
even-
about it. So it's still
I
a
didn't think
cover-up.
about even that. That's
Blipping out.
Really?
Blipping out.
I think they're good.
Isaac, do good. Good, Isaac.
Ah.
okay.
What?
That actually throws a wrench into what I think. So I'm not going to go yet.
Yeah, I'm
Josh,
not throwing you
what
my
do you
wrench,
think?
though. Take your own wrench.
I'm on the same wavelength as Isaac, but
Hello.
a popular thing down in the Bermuda Triangle is seeing weird radar blips during magnetic fog. Magnetic fog has been reported over the Great Lakes before, and it has been known to disappear lots of aircraft. So I think this could be a case of magnetic fog, which is, again, one of the things that is highly attributed to like bleeding into parallel dimensions or time warps. They don't really know. But I'm with Isaac on this one on
I feel like
the blip.
it's a heavily populated area. I mean, like, there's not a lot of people, but there's enough people around that they should have seen something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that area.
No, Sander.
It's not like a lot of people everywhere, but there's enough people scattered about. They'd be like, "Oh, Kevin,
I
what's
saw
all
that.
this?"
And yeah, I guess, I mean, it would be one of those things. How often are fighter jets or something flying faster than a fighter jet? You'd probably notice something or hear. Do people hear anything, Jason?
Like I said, the only thing that was reported as far as an eyewitness was kind of like refuted because just the
Yeah, there wasn't enough
time
there.
and date of the story was
Yeah.
just not really jiving up with the activities that happened.
Because, I mean, we live in Madison where the F-15s take off, F-35s take off. They make a lot of noise, right? And back then you weren't having, I would imagine, a whole lot of jets taking off then, but I don't know. So
Tyler even saw a blackbird about a month ago.
I did. I allegedly saw one. You know, it might have just been a cube flying in the sky, but it was heading towards Missouri.
Good.
Jason, what do you think about this?
I mean, it seems like a little. There's definitely some kind of cover up, I feel, because they're coming out way after the fact, like, oh, the guy had frequent bouts of vertigo, but they didn't take away his pilot's license. And, you know, he had been on tons of like missions before. He had bounced around a couple of like bases here and there until he got finally assigned up there in Kinross. But yeah, it just seems like something might have happened. Like whether I feel like if it was a collision, there would have been more of like spread out wreckage at least. Like I know it all sinks and whatever, but they could figure out the location on radar and that'd be pretty easy even like today to just put some people down in the vicinity and like start looking around or, you know, use sonar to map it, which that one did, and it was a hoax. So
Well, who said it was a hoax?
it was just proven to be like
Proven by who?
Proven by who?
My mom.
Okay,
I don't
Isaac's
think-
mom proved it was
well,
a
then I
hoax.
believe it.
I would believe that too.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to say what I think. This is actually a I don't know one for me, and that's a little anticlimactic because part of me feels like it could just be a mess up on our end. It could have just been some sort of electric fog or something. It could have been nothing, right? I don't think we have enough evidence here to really know what it is. I think I kind of agree with Jason where he says, yeah, let's look for that wreckage. Let's see what that is. The fact that it was in Project Blue Book, but then just kind of got taken out, not necessarily disproven, right, Jason? It was just taken
Exactly.
out.
It was just taken out.
That's very odd. And honestly, Wisconsin and Michigan, kind of the upper Midwest, is a pretty big hotspot for UFO activity. I don't know what I think. But you know what I do know? I know we're drinking hams. I know we're drinking Pecatonica beer. We're drinking some delirium. We are eating some Warhead sour spray. We have some sake. We got some Corbel over there. This is What You Think, signing off.